I'm Kelly Byrd, and I teach at the University of South Alabama in the math department as well as the College of Education. And I'm here today to talk with you about not just how to survive your math class, but how to succeed in your math class at South Alabama. So first of all, go to class. You're paying for it, your parents are paying for it, you'll be paying for it for the next 10 years, you need to go. It's important that you're there to take notes, to watch what your instructor is doing and how they're working the problems, and to write it down in your own way. So if you send a friend to your class and they take notes, they're going to interpret it differently. So copying someone's math notes isn't as effective as it may be to copy someone else's lecture notes. Be there, make sure that you're attending class. Sit at the front, ask questions. If you don't understand something that your teacher is talking about or explaining, raise your hand, ask questions. Because I guarantee you, if you have a question, half the class is going to have the same question that you do. They just may be more intimidated and not want to ask the questions. So please make sure that you ask good questions. Homework. Very important that you get the homework done when it is assigned. With math, homework is all about the practice. That's how we learn math. Not by memorizing, not by just reading it. We actually have to do it. So make sure you keep up with the homework as it is assigned. The single most important factor in succeeding and passing and doing well on a math test is that you have kept up with the homework as it was assigned. Because the night before a test, you're not going to be able to do 6 or 7 sections worth of homework problems and really grasp what was being taught. So keep that in mind as you go through your math classes. Another thing, the math textbook. We all know it's not a novel. We don't sit down in the summer and start reading through our math textbook, but it is a great resource for you. So after you attend class and you go through the lecture notes and you have some fuzzy points, go back to your textbook. It's already describing things with worked out examples for you to go through. The answers are already there. So you can look at your notes from class, you can look at your notes, the things that are written in your textbook, and then you can begin your homework. So use it as a resource. You pay like over $100 for it, so you might as well use it as a resource. Another thing, office hours exist for a reason. Your instructor wants you to come to office hours and ask questions. That is your one-on-one chance. Now you can ask questions in class, but it's real important that you establish a relationship with your instructor and feel like you can go and ask individual questions. Even if you're still foggy on something from last night's class or yesterday's class, that's what office hours are there for. Okay, so be sure you attend those office hours. If there is an SI session or a tutoring session or some students from your class are getting together to study for the test, take advantage of that as well. You don't have to do it alone. The math department offers a free tutoring lab on the 3rd floor. Use it. Those tutors are willing to help you for free. Since you already paid $100 for your textbook, they're there to help you for free work through those problems. So use that tutoring lab, use the students in your class, exchange phone numbers, because that helps you work through those problems. One thing I want to encourage you with taking a college math class is not to give up. Sometimes we get very discouraged and we feel like we get behind. Don't give up. Go to the office hours, go to the tutoring lab, but also keep in mind that this college math class is very different from the ones you took in high school. You're probably not going to get a study guide with all of the answers and all of the questions written out for you that looks exactly like your test. That doesn't typically happen in college. You have to work through the problems and struggle with that mathematics in order to learn it. So don't look for those study guides that you had in high school, in the high school math classes. College classes are very different. So I want to remind you again that South Alabama is here to help you succeed. We want you to succeed. We don't want you just to survive and skim through this math class. We want it to be meaningful to you and you to learn something from it. So utilize all the resources you have at South Alabama and enjoy your career here.